Welcome to my world. Thank you for stopping by. Not looking at the camera. Welcome to my world. Thank you for stopping by and watching my debut video. It has been a long time coming and I'm super excited about this journey that I'm embarking on. This channel takes you on a journey of intentional living, self-care and wellness. In this video, I'll be sharing some practices that I use to stay grounded or to bring me back to a state of grounding if I've been overwhelmed or overstimulated. Should you find that this video resonates with you, please hit the like button and give it a thumbs up. Also, please use the comment section to share some practices that you use to stay grounded or to bring you to a state of grounding. Also share what resonates with you from the video. For everybody else, let's keep it rolling, folks. Let's dive straight into this video. It just started drizzling, so this is going to be fun. Top of the list of my practices would have to be water in the form of bathing. I love my bath times, right? My bath times are a time for me to meditate, a time to reflect on myself, a time to reconnect with my mind, body and spirit. They provide me with a sense of presence and healing so that I'm able to reconnect and be one. I would start off and run my tub, then I would add some essential oils and some salts in the form of salt or Epsom salts. Then once it's nicely ran, I mean it's not too full, but I would get in the water and just relax, literally let myself be smothered in the divineness of the smells and the relaxing sensations of the salts in the water and immerse myself. I would reflect on the day, what energies I got from the day, whatever I may have absorbed throughout the day. I allow myself to just let it go and sit and enjoy that water. And once I've had enough time to release what's burdening my heart or my mind, I allow myself to then get into a state of having to wash my body, and then I begin washing my body, and as I wash my body I allow myself to just even cleanse myself of everything from the day, and I would rinse off and call it a bath. And there we have it. This practice hasn't always been this way. It's something that I have had to develop in the last few years. I was often a shower person who would just be in out, you know, do what you need to do and get out of there. But with baths, they really compel you to have a moment to be with yourself. Like I've said, be with yourself, reconnect, self-evaluate, release what doesn't serve you, all of that fun stuff. So that is what I enjoy with baths. If baths are not your thing, that's also okay. And if you want to start making baths your thing, it doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to have the essential oils or the salts or anything. All you need is a bathtub or warm water and yourself. Sitting there, allow yourself to be present in that moment, sitting there, and let yourself enjoy it whichever way you do in that moment. I once heard a podcast where the podcaster said self-care isn't about all the things that you use to care for yourself or doing the things. It's about starting where you are, using what you have and doing what you can in order to really be present with yourself. So with this and with all the other practices that I'm going to share, let them guide you into what they want to be. In the description box below, I'll put some of the essential oils and bath salts that I use or that I particularly enjoy to use during my bathing ritual. So the next two practices are practices that I use during my bath time ritual as well. Also, I use them independently whenever I feel called to use them in a time of overwhelm or when I need to be grounded. Now, the first one of those two is breathing. Breathing often helps me hone in on my thoughts and my emotions when I'm feeling overwhelmed or have a bit of scatterbrain. I usually focus on intentional breathing through this practice, where I would focus my attention on the act of actually breathing. You'd be surprised how we actually aren't breathing a lot of the time when we're living our lives. Like, it's something that we forget to do. Like, you say, oh no, but I'm alive, I'm doing it. But you're really not doing it. You're just taking these tiny little shadow breaths, which aren't doing your body much justice. So, back to the practice. With diaphragmatic breathing, I focus on the act. I will take a deep inhale where I will feel my stomach expand. It's like you're making yourself look pregos a bit. You feel your stomach and expand as you're feeling your lungs fill up, and then you would give yourself a nice exhale where you then push all the air down, releasing your stomach back so that it's flat and letting the air come out again. I do this several times, as many times as I'm called to. Some people will say 5 in, 5 out. I really just do it the way that I'm called to do it, but it's the act of filling my lungs, having my stomach expand, exhale in the inhale, and then exhaling out, letting my stomach relax and letting the air come out. Sometimes I would do this with my hands placed on my heart, where I can actually feel this experience as I inhale and exhale, and it really brings you back to your body through that experience, because you feel how the sensation of your lungs filling up and what that physically does to you, as well as the sensation of the exhale of then relaxing and coming back to a state of homeostasis. I've also recently started doing like a pranayama practice, which is like a yogic practice of breathing, where I would block one nostril and inhale through the open one, exhale, then I do the same for the other nostril, inhale and exhale. Once again, I do this several times, as much as I'm called to, until I get to a place where I feel that I'm okay. With all these practices, I do them up until the point where I feel I'm okay, you know, and that's the point of grounding for me, where I can say I'm okay, where whatever it is that was frazzling me or overwhelming me or rattling me has just calmed, and I'm back to what I know to be myself. That's when I would end the practice. Two of the practices that I also use while taking a bath, but are also standalone practices on their own, is aromatherapy, or smells and scents. So I'm someone who's highly perceptive of smells and aromas and scents that surround me, so I can easily be sensitized by them. I'm also quite aware and alert of what I refer to as the human smells of people. Without our perfumes and our colognes and all the beautiful add-ons that we have, we each naturally have a scent. So that human smell, every person has it. I'm very sensitive to it. I can pick up on it very easily. Like everything with people, some I like, some not so much. So having scents on me or on my person that can really distract me from such smells is a plus, because that would then bring me back to a state of homeostasis, because I'm stimulated by those scents. So what I do is usually carry scents I'm familiar with in the form of essential oils or like and sample perfumes. That's what I'm talking about. So it's either essential oils or it's those that I carry with me. And I carry these when I'm traveling or going to stay at someone's for two reasons. One is to make me comfortable and just give me a sense of familiarity in a place I'm not used to. And two is to distract me from smells that I'm not familiar with, and so that I'm not concentrating on that, because it can be a distraction and sometimes it's like, ugh. It doesn't necessarily mean that these smells are unpleasant. It just means that they're not particularly enjoyable for me, and so I need something that would then allow me to be comfortable, and bring a sense of familiarity back to myself. I also mentioned in the bathing ritual, I do use essential oils in my bath water. My go-tos are usually lavender and eucalyptus because they give me a sense of calm, and eucalyptus also releases muscle tension, which I can get as well, and they just allow me to wind down. I also absolutely love naturally scented candles. Candles are a win for any household as a natural way to just bring ambiance and aroma to your home. So naturally scented candles are a win. And incense. I love burning incense around the home. I love burning incense in my room. Incense is a win for me in two ways. It acts as a clearing mechanism or a smudge to clear your space of whatever doesn't serve it and whatever doesn't serve you, and it also just generally makes the place smell bomb. So yes, essential oils, scented candles, naturally scented candles, and incense. Writing and journal. I've always enjoyed writing. Actually, one of my all-time professions from when I was younger was to become an author or authoress, because I am the feminine. Writing has always been a cathartic release for me that allows me to just dive into something with intention and let go of whatever it is might be going on in that present or in that time. So I've always enjoyed writing. It's been something I enjoyed from a very young age. I used to write short stories in my primary school years, and then I started writing poetry towards my later teen years. Then I really started enjoying poetry. Right now, poetry is my jam. Also, in addition to that, I've started the practice of journaling. Journaling has been a particularly challenging one for me because I never used to be one who was able to jot their thoughts and feelings down on paper, because I didn't think that the privacy of them would be respected. So it's been a journey, as all things, to get to the point where I'm able to just write down what I feel, write down what I'm experiencing, and feel safe enough to do that on paper and it be private and for me only. So to foster that practice and to grow more in it, right now I journal through mini thought farts. Thought farts, I'd say, that I just journal as post-its, put them here or there. They're random thoughts that I feel are something that I wish to go back to and to have as a reminder that, hey, you wrote that once upon a time. I also have my visual journaling experience, which is online, and I have a link to it, which is downstairs. So through the sticky notes and the random notes, that's what I do journaling as right now, and I hope in the near future to have a journal and actually adopt it as a more routine practice that I do on a daily basis. It's funny how the universe works, because The next one is sound therapy, and it is raining, so what a way to go. Hey. Hopefully you can hear me through this one. I'm also somebody who gets easily rattled by loudness or loud things if I'm not in the mood for it. I generally don't like loudness. So to bring myself back, if that has led to some overwhelm, I listen to music. What I find particularly helps me well is to listen to solfeggio music. I hope I'm saying this correctly. Solfeggio music. Now, what is solfeggio music? Solfeggio music is music that plays a particular frequency, say for example 528 hertz, and it naturally activates that resonant frequency in your body. Now, these frequencies have properties that allow certain activations within the body, either relaxation, healing, calming, soothing of the cells. The body is a wonderful being, and so through music we're actually able to heal as well. I also often listen to meditation or sleep meditation videos from YouTube. I have some of those sleep meditations which I listen to. They act as white noise for me sometimes when I'm struggling to fall asleep, and just allow me to calm myself and bring me into a state that is more easily accessible to sleep. So I brought the camera closer for this bonus practice that I use to stay grounded, and that is sunbathing. Yes, you heard me right. Getting sunlight. Now we need to do this safely, so remember, sunscreen on the face, exposed areas. One thing that I absolutely love is a sunny day. Sunny days are the best days. So as you can see, I'm very blessed to have a room that has a lovely window that gets enough light, it gets enough sunlight throughout the entire day. In the winter it's especially great because the sun is low enough to actually come through the window, so it is a win in that I get the warmth of the sunlight during the winter days from a more healthful perspective. Sunlight is very important for our physical well-being. We've all heard of vitamin D and how we get it from the sunlight. Well, we get this particular vitamin D as vitamin D3, and sunlight allows our bodies to naturally create it in our skin. Sunlight also converts vitamin D that we get from the foods that we eat, such as eggs, beef liver, and cheese, and converts it into vitamin D that's more absorbable for our body. Now, with the lives that we lead, we're not often getting enough sunlight, and that can lead to what is referred to as malillumination, which can then manifest itself into several body diseases such as fatigue, immunodeficiencies where our immune systems become compromised, muscle pain, back, and a whole other array of diseases that can impact us quite significantly. So the bottom line of this bonus practice is that go outside, get the sunlight, do it safely, wear sunscreen, wear your hats, but get it because your body needs it. Vitamin D, one of the free ways to get it, sunlight. As the rain begins to flow, I now bring you to the end of this beautiful video. It has been rad sharing these wonderful conscious practices that I use. Like I said, please tell me what resonates with you, what practices you use. It's all linked down below in the comment section. I have some links below for you as well, for some of the products that I use, as well as some of the albums that I listen to. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel to see more content like this, and see the description box for more of the information that I shared in this video.